people, but it's a silent war. And by the time people realise, oh shit, this guy's the devil, like the elders say, it's too late, man.
Now you're dead.
Yeah. But what does it say? Woe to him that never trust thine enemy, man. Because iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
It's like you, brother. Once they realize, they're already dead and gone.
Yep.
It's too late, man.
Yeah, when you're in your casket, it's like, oh shit, now I realise.
When them blood clots start coming and you start shaking and you in the chair all fucked up, oh shit, man, I should have never took the thing. This government is, somebody told me, oh, this government is corrupt. And you thinking that shit, but you can't say it in your words because you already fucked up.
Hey, Salaki, if I may, that's another one. I watched a video of a woman who, she was like a social media, some Edomite woman, right? And she was all up on social media. She looked okay for an Edomite. And she had like millions of followers. She's on Instagram. She's posting about, oh, I bought a new house. I'm about to get married. She had all these things. Then she took the stabbing jab. Now she's fucking fucked up in a chair and shaking and shit. And they made a video and she's saying, I just wanted to show people that day my whole life changed, and you know, I don't regret what I did because I wanted to protect my family, but I just want to make people aware. She's fucked up now, and that was a young woman who, you know, you see these women on Instagram, look like they're doing it, the world's their oyster, but now she's through, man.
Is she a Jake or?
No, Edomite. She's through, man. And I saw that and I was like, it's just like you're saying, by the time you realise, it's too late, man. You can't undo. Once you take that shit, that's your ass, man.
Yeah, it's your ass.
And you start doing you know, all kind of dance moves and shit, man. The only brother put a video up there. I was laughing, man. I had to laugh, you know what I'm saying? I had to do it, man. You start moving all kind of ways, like, yo, what kind of move is that? That's like a 20 dance.
It's funny, but it's true. But at the same time,
God damn.
we're laughing, but we did warn the people, man.
Yeah, it's true.
We warned them.
That's it. Because, I mean, hey, you got to listen. There's people out there that's using their brains. And they're telling you, look, if you do A, B, and C, this is what the result's going to be. All you got to do is take heed to it. But a lot of people, again, because Esau's in power, and they're the doctors, and they're in these prominent positions, people subscribe and listen to them, not knowing that they have an agenda. And see, this is the thing about it as well. See, these Edomites, they don't even know the nature of themselves. See, we know the nature of Esau. We know that he's a murdering thief. He's a cunning hunter, as it said in the book of Genesis 25. So when Esau was hunting deer and all of that, he didn't just go right ahead and just went for the deer. You know, he did it a certain way. He tricked them. He used trickery. He used deceptive techniques or tactics, have you will. That's how this devil gets you. And what they've done with these people is they've used all kind of again, psychological techniques to get people hip to get into the thing. And people have gotten it, and now they're trembling doing new dance moves and shit.
Yep.
And they thinking while they doing the dance moves, man, this fucking government is corrupt. But you can't do nothing about it because you fucked up.
If I may speak on something, I brought something out earlier about, I was doing some research on something called atomic soldiers, where when they were coming up with the atom bomb, they'd done loads of tests on so-called US soldiers, and the soldiers had to basically go in the area where they're going to detonate the bomb, and they said they actually saw the nuke up close, and they were describing it had all these colours and it looked like a sun, and then this wave of heat came out. And these are grown-ass men, I said this before, grown-ass soldiers who were trained to kill people, and they said they were so terrified that a lot of them were screaming and calling for their mothers. Some guys were passing out, urinating themselves. And basically, after the test, the government made them sign forms saying you never talk about it. Basically, otherwise you'll be susceptible to capital punishment. So basically, if you talk about it, you could get killed. But there was a statute of limitations which, to about the 1990s, these guys couldn't talk. Now, a lot of the guys involved in that test, they died of the radiation poisoning, and Esau knew that. He knew they ain't going to be around to talk. But there's a handful of them who's still alive, and they're all old men now. Now they're in their wheelchairs and whatever, walking sticks, but they're talking, and they're saying, look, man, the government used us as guinea pigs. And it's like, if I'd have known what I know now, I'd have never have signed up for the test. And the government basically, they don't even give them any like recompense or reparations. The government's just flat out denial, it's radio silence. And these guys are fucked up now. And you can see in their eyes, like, when they describe what they saw, the terror of seeing the nuke up close. Lord willing, I'll do a video on it. It's really good to really good to listen to, man. But back to you.
Yeah, quite interesting. But yeah, that's just the thing. And you know what as well, it's not even really mandatory, but people still have gone and taken it. And like, again, the people, because most people are weak, man. Most people are weak psychologically and mentally.
Jellybacks.
Yeah.
Right.
Sheeple.
That's
sheeple.
that's a good term, jellybacks,
yeah.
right? But what these devils have done, the media and all of these different entities, they've used coercion. They've used the technique of coercion and coerced the people to take the thing. That's why people still feel persuaded to take it, the vector. By sending these letters with capital letters on it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, you know, and it says there, this, and, we've all seen how the letter looks. It looks scary and frightening. But meanwhile, what you're forgetting about, because they've got you emotionally triggered to actually get in the vector, what you haven't realized is it's not mandatory. You don't have to take the thing because they say so.
Can I make a point?
Go on, brother.
Because that fear, what people give into, there was a test called a shock test. They've done it with army soldiers that were new. It's a test where they say, well, right, you've got this shock button, and there's people on the other side. It wasn't real, but there's people over on the other side. Every time you take that, press on that button, you're shocking them. Okay. So they was pushed and they was encouraged to. Every time they get a question or get it wrong, they told they have to press the button. And every time you press the button, you could potentially be killing someone. So 1 and 2 stood their ground. And I remember this from way back, even before YouTube. But it's on YouTube, the shock test for the army soldiers, right? And there was 1 and 2 who stood their ground. And I said to myself, I wouldn't. No one could get me to fucking do that. I knew, and that was like when I was in that Christian church, and I was coming to wake up about manipulation and what people do, and I realized how wicked those people are, how dangerous they are.
They were.
Those people are dangerous. Yeah. And I said, fuck, I'm going Kingdom Hall Church. And I'm sitting next to people they're doing that to me.
They're doing it to you, yeah.
So because I did it because I was under strict orders.
Yeah.
So these fucking people that fucking walk around there, you forgive me why I get angry sometimes. They're dangerous fucking people, man.
Of course, they'll do anything. Of course.
The test you're talking about, I've researched this as well. It's called the Milgram Experiment.
Right.
And the procedure was that the participant was paired with another person and they drew lots. Actually, Salakia, maybe it's a different test, but it's similar.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
But they drew lots to find out who would be the learner and who would be the teacher. The drawer was fixed so that the participant was always the teacher and the learner was one of Milgram's confederates. Don't want to go too deep into it, but it's the same principle where they thought that if they do a certain thing, this person will die, but they were told to do it. So therefore, they thought, well, I'm just trusting the authority. Yeah. So these people cast off all responsibility and they put it on the authority.
I was under strict orders to do it.
I had to do it because I was
typical.
told.
The police officers, they all do that shit. That's why when spiritual power, Yaratazar, give it to me, please, because all that anger, them people have to go, man. Them people have to go. Yeah. They're dangerous.
The scripture says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. So that sums it up. If you've got a wicked ruler who's telling you to do wickedness, if you join yourself unto him, then you're going to get punished with him same way.
Right. And another thing too as well, and see, you got to understand, people don't fear the Most High as they claim to say that they do. They claim the powers that's in front of them. That's why they do what they tell them to do and all of this stuff. So that's what it is. And the reason why most people also do what Esau just tells them to do, because this society has also conditioned people, especially in this generation, to not have no integrity. Like if you use those kind of terms in a conversation, people ain't really hearing what you're saying on that.
Can't.
Because all of those things are gone in the past. See, we're just the only men, as you brothers and sisters can see us, we're the only men that's upholding these things. Integrity and what's the word I want to look for?
Sincerity.
Right, sincerity.
Character.
Discretion.
Come on.
These are the kind of things that we're all about. But these people, they've been conditioned to think otherwise. So with people not having these elements, as I've explained, these things, they can get told what to do and they'll do it. They'll do it. And plus, on top of that, so people want to go back to what they were doing before, the wickedness that they were doing already. They've subscribed to doing it, they've been conditioned to do it, and they want to go back to doing it again. So they'll do anything it takes. So if the government says, look, we'll give you extra points and we'll give you benefits You can go to the club as well. I'm doing it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the level that these people are on as well. You got to understand that too.
Yeah.
And plus, you got certain people that have gone around the world. They got all kind of different townhomes in these islands like Tahiti, the Samoan Islands, and all of these beautiful places around the world. They want to continue to go to their different townhouses and shit like that.
Yeah.
And go from country to country. And don't get me wrong, because I've went outside of this country, and it feels good when you're traveling and all that stuff. Makes you feel good, right? It's like, I can't explain it, but it's like, it feels good to go outside of the country and go to a different country. You know, so you get this positive feeling when you do it. I can't describe it. But again, it's just, that's what people want to get back into doing, because they want to get that dopamine, that sense of good feeling.
Right. Yeah, they like liberty. Liberty is a part of the Edomite setup, innit? It's about being able to do. What's that guy? People have it on their T-shirt. That guy with Jay-Z thing.
Yeah.
Do as thou will.
Talking about the all-seeing-eye, right?
The woman wants to be able to have liberty. Do as I will.
Right. Do as thou will.
You know,
the Crowley thing.
Yeah, that's the spirit that's in them. That's their spirit, man.
Yeah, and that's another thing as well. So I mean, okay, if I'm a Jake saying this, because Jake like to just chill in one spot. Yeah. Right. But if I'm saying that, I feel reasonably well going from a different country, how much more these fucking Edomites? And there are people of adventure. There are people of freedom. Matter of fact, let's go and get the scriptures. Get Genesis 25, because it says that Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents, but Esau was out there a cunning hunter in the field. And the metaphor for the term field is the world.
Okay.
So they were the people of the world.
So it says, Genesis 25:27, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter,
right,
and a man with a field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
There you go. So in other words, when you really read about Esau, with the words given, Esau was an adventurer. He was here and there and everywhere. They don't really do good in terms of being captivated. Yeah. They can't deal with that. They got to get around. They got to go all over the place. Yeah. They got to be in people's business, as it says in the book of Habakkuk.
Yeah.
I've got that for you right now.
Please read that.
Habakkuk 2 and verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth with wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
And this is talking about the Western governments. They have all kind of bases all around the world. As a matter of fact, America, I believe, has around 800 bases all around the world. So even the powers that be, they can't even stay in one spot, man. They can't even get their soldiers to stay in one spot. So these are adventurous people. So when their government's telling them, look, you can't do A, B, and C, especially you can't travel unless you get the thing, they're going to take it, man. They're going to fucking take it, especially these devils that got the money to travel.
Khan, if I may.
I don't cut you, brother.
Go ahead.
Let's just say you got millions of pounds, because a lot of these devils are millionaires too. Don't get it twisted. They may walk around looking like they regular people, and they're on media income. They ain't on no fucking media income. They got money, and they got disposable kind of income too. So they got all of this money stored up in their account. You mean to tell me I can't do shit with my money?
Right.
Go on, brother.
I was just gonna say on the point, a lot of these Edomite women, they be going on 2, 3, 4 holidays a year, man.
That's what I'm saying.
And then running around to Ibiza, running around to Sri Lanka, running around all these places, acting a harlot.
Yeah.
Right. They've entertained that lifestyle for so long. They can't sit at home.
Yeah.
That's why some of them were slashing their wrists during lockdown, man. Because they couldn't take it. Oh, I can't cope with being at home. Fucking recast.
Yeah, and then you got these old white men going around from country to country raping these little girls and boys. Pedophiles. So you mean to tell me I went from doing all of that stuff to being told I can't go nowhere? Get the fuck out of here, man. That's why they're out there protesting every single week, because they want to get back to normal. They want to get back to being wild asses again.
And this is the thing, Esau knows that, which is why he's dangling in front of them like a carrot now. So if you do this, we'll give you little perks back.
Yeah.
But it ain't gonna go back to what it was. Esau's flipping lying.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't see it, but they'll see it when they're in the casket.
Come on. That's it, man. And this thing is gonna be an ongoing thing until they get their new world order and setting. It's not going anywhere. That's why they once upon a time called it the new normal. This is gonna be the new normal. Go on, brother. You got something. You're going.
Right. Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the year draws nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Yeah, so we're supposed to draw unto the Lord, man. And that's why we all came before the Lord when we were younger men. I came in this thing when I was 19. Certain brothers came when they were 16 and beyond. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I mean, like, you may even come into the truth in even your 20s. You're still in your youth, your early 20s. But that's the thing we're supposed to do. We're supposed to come before the Lord. Because ultimately, when it's all said and done and we all pass on, we're going to go before the Father of spirits. So we might as well serve our power while we're here on this earth, rather than trying to escape serving our power and knowing that eventually we're going to be condemned later on. I don't want to be condemned. I want to be rewarded of the blessings, man.
That's right.
So I'm going to do what I have to do over here. Fuck what Esau got to say, because I know if Esau destroys me, I'm not going to go meet Esau. I'm going to meet the Lord, and the Lord is going to deal with me.
Exactly.
So I need to be dealing with the Lord while I'm down here on this earth. Again, fearing the Lord. If you can, brother, get me the book of Isaiah 30, where it says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. And that's what's going to stabilize the brothers when all hell breaks loose. When pressure comes around, man. Go on, brother, read that.
Right, Isaiah 33 verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation.
Right.
The fear of Yahweh is his treasure.
Yeah. So that's what's going to stabilize us. This wisdom, this understanding, and what's most importantly is the fear of the Lord. So yeah, we're going to be going through so many different turmoils, and it's going to be very difficult on the heart, mind, and body and soul. But guess what? We're going to remain to be stable-minded, because we're going to know first and foremost the Most High is the one that's bringing in the evils. And we know that if we overcome through these evils, pursuant to the book of Zechariah 13 and 9, if you can, brother, give me that too, and also give me the scripture where it said, give me 2 Ezra 7 and verse 73 as well.
Right, Zechariah 13 and 9
read this first.
Is, and it shall come to pass in that day.
I tell you what, hold that, get verse 73, 2 Ezra 16.
1673,
Yeah.
Right, this is 2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen,
Right.
and they shall be tried as gold in the fire.
Right, they shall be tried as gold is tried in the fire. Go on.
Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, or I will deliver you from the same.
Yeah. So we're going to triumph over the evil day. Now go and get Zechariah 13.
Zechariah 13 verse 9. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. And I will pour upon
No, verse 9. Zechariah 13 and 9.
Oh, so lucky I was reading 12 and 9. Forgive me.
No, that's all right.
Zechariah 13 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined.
Yeah.
And I will try them as gold is tried. And they shall call on my name, and I will hear them.
Yeah.
And I will say, it is my people, and then they shall say, Yahweh is my power.
So there's Bible verses showing you that the elect are going to be tried, the righteous are going to be tried, and then overcome the wicked one, eventually. And then we're going to get beamed up. And then, as it is written in the book of Revelation 15, verse 1, as it reads, it says, and I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up with the wrath of the Most High. And I saw as it was a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, standing on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High, and they sang the song of Moses, the servant of the Most High, and the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works, Lord power almighty, just and true are thy ways, and the King of saints. So it's already written that we're going to be tried and we're going to overcome, and then eventually we're going to be singing songs in joy. Okay? Because what? We've begun to be over the beast. We've gotten victory over the beast. That's what's written. It's not written that we're going to succumb to the beast. No, it's written that we're going to overcome the beast.
That's right.
And have the victory, and then eventually receive the rewards, which is coming next. That's what's written. So we're not gonna cow down to what Esau has to say, because we already have the vision inside of us of what we're gonna become in the next world. But in order for us to become what we want to become in the new world, the transition, and we have to give up this. We have to sacrifice this.
Yes.
As we know, life is about what you can give out. What are you producing? What are you sacrificing? So we're like the lambs, and we're giving ourselves on the altar for the sacrifice. Like back in the day, as an Israelite, if you committed sin, you would have to get a goat or oxen to sacrifice. Lambs and goats, more in particular, lambs and goats you would have to get. So what are those lambs that's putting ourselves on the altar to be sacrificed? And we're giving out our sacrifices. We're sacrificing our time, and as well as we're sacrificing our life. Because by us going out here teaching and showing our faces, we could be set up to be put to death.
Yep.
The powers that be can actually go send their powers, their soldiers, or the SWAT team, not the soldiers, but the SWAT team or the police, towards our doors, drag us out of our house and take us to a location which is a disclosed location. Okay, so that's how that can go without, man. Anything could happen because we put ourselves out there on Front Street. So we've given the sacrifice, and we're okay with that because we know what we're gonna get on the other side. If it works like that on the left hand side, then fuck it. It works like that on the right hand side as well.
That's right.
If these people among us have given their soul to the spiritual demon Satan and got their rewards, how much more on the right hand side? That's how it works.
You got one?
You sure, bro?
Yeah, go ahead.
Isaiah 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord our power, and read.
Yeah.
No one of these shall fail.
Right. None one of these shall fail. And this is guaranteed, as it also says, that we have a sure word of prophecy. Go on.
And that is a sacrifice in itself. Too,
Exactly.
as you said,
Yeah. To give your heart and soul to the scriptures.
That's it.
Continue on, brother. Salakia.
Start again. Isaiah 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord our power, and read.
Yeah.
No one of these shall fail.
Yeah.
None shall want her mate. For my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit it have gathered them.
And his spirit, it had gathered them. So this word that we have is a spiritual book. And the spirit that is covered in is in the spirit of the Most High himself. This is a live book. And because it's a live book, the proof of that is that the words that we read in the scriptures is actually coming to life.
Yep.
That's how you know that there's life in this book in itself. So if we trust in it, we know for surety that what's written in terms of the rewards of the saints, the righteous men, is going to happen. It's going to come to pass. So that's why we're not shitting ourselves. That's why we're not scared. We're not nervous, because we know what's on the other side, as we can already see it spiritually.
Khan, I've got a precept.
Go on,
mate.
brother.
This is 1 Peter from 1 verse 3. Blessed be the Lord, power and Father of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach,
Yeah.
who according to his abundant mercy have begotten us again
Right, he has begotten us again. Go on.
unto a lively hope by the resurrection of Yahushua
Unto a
HaMashiach.
lively hope of the resurrection of Yahweh Shai. And that's what we believe in. We've been begotten again. Because at one time, as it says in the scriptures, we would